Alright everybody, today we have the Cookies Cannabis Dispensary here in Bradenton, Florida. It's a little tucked away shop right off of a highway area here, so we'll see how much traffic we get here today. And we are also battling these gross looking clouds. I might get cut off early today, but we'll push through as long as we can, just like we always do. We got some serious road rage going on there.
It's ready, dude. It's ready. Just go. I got it. I think I have the location though. Take care, brother. Have it going, man.
Today, we're in Bradenton, and the atmosphere already feels intense. The goal is straightforward but important. We're testing how people respond to the First Amendment by recording in public and watching how both everyday citizens and officials handle the situation. This goes beyond just holding a camera. It's about transparency, public awareness, and revealing real reactions when people are placed in uncomfortable situations they may not fully understand. The dark skies and tense mood make it feel like anything could happen. A cannabis dispensary tucked near a busy road sets the scene for today's encounter. Stay alert, because we're about to find out who respects constitutional rights and who lets emotions take over.
Peeping through the window there. Nice. Nice. Thank you. We got somebody joining in out here. Thank you very much. We need more people out here like you. Oh, they always stop after I thank them. I wonder why.
Take a look at the scene, hey. The Cookies dispensary may seem quiet from the outside, sitting just off the highway, but the attention is already growing fast. Cars continue passing by, people are noticing the camera, and the pressure in the air is starting to build. Some people ignore it and move on, while others clearly become uncomfortable. That's what makes these public audits so unpredictable. You never know who will stay calm, who will overreact, or who will suddenly act like they have authority they don't actually have. Dark clouds are moving in, and the weather could change at any second, but the mission continues. No matter the conditions, constitutional rights still matter, and we're staying out here to document every moment. Before long, the whole atmosphere begins to change. People start looking through windows, staring from a distance, and trying to understand why a camera is pointed in their direction. What begins as curiosity slowly turns into nervous energy. A few people show support and recognize that recording in public is a protected right, but those moments are uncommon. Most people either don't understand the law or feel uneasy when they see those rights being exercised in real time. The camera itself becomes the center of attention. It brings out discomfort, confusion, and sometimes open hostility. As more eyes focus on the situation, the tension keeps growing. And that's when these encounters become truly revealing, because people's reactions tell you everything you need to know.
How we doing? Not bad. Why are you talking to strangers, you fucking weirdo? I said, why are you talking to strangers, you fucking weirdo?
Here we go. The first confrontation starts to unfold. People begin shouting insults, calling names, and trying to get a reaction from the person behind the camera. Comments like "stop filming me" and other personal attacks start flying almost immediately. But the truth is simple. In a public place, there is no reasonable expectation of privacy. Even so, many people react emotionally instead of logically. A camera alone is enough to make some individuals angry, defensive, and confrontational. It's surprising how fast a completely legal situation can turn tense. But that's exactly why these audits happen. They reveal who actually understands constitutional rights and who responds purely out of emotion. In the end, personal feelings do not cancel out protected rights.
Oh yeah, she was real intimidating. Take it easy, okay?
I'm just letting you know they called you off.
Oh, what are they gonna do? Nothing?
Tell you to move from the private property.
A private property? Yeah. Now they want to give thumbs up and save face. Oh boy. The Manatee County Sheriff.
Now you can see the shift happening. The same people who were loud and hostile just moments ago start changing their behavior. A thumbs up here, a calmer tone there, like they're trying to reset the situation. It feels like reality is finally sinking in. Maybe they realize they went too far. Maybe they understand they didn't actually have the authority they thought they did. Either way, the energy changes quickly. But just as things begin to settle, the next phase arrives: law enforcement. And this is where everything becomes more serious. Because now it's no longer just public reactions. It's officials stepping in. And they are expected to know exactly where the law stands.
Let's see how this goes. Oh, these guys are pulling back up. Maybe they got a story for him. Let's see how this goes. Nice bike, bro.
The Manatee County Sheriff arrives, and right away the mood shifts. You can feel the tension in the air. This is the point where things can either calm down or escalate fast. Officers step in, take a look around, and start figuring out what's going on. It's clear they may have already heard versions of the situation from inside, maybe incomplete, maybe exaggerated. Now it's time to see the facts for themselves and whether the law is actually understood on the ground. The camera keeps recording everything, every movement, every word, every response. Because in moments like this, transparency matters most. Accountability doesn't begin after the fact. It starts right here, in real time.
Maybe they realize it's not going to go as well as they think.
I was gonna let you know they were calling.
It is what it is, man.
I'm pulling out.
It is what it is,
They
man.
can't do shit.
There you go.
It's right.
There you go, man. I'm glad somebody understands it.
I know that shit.
Take it easy, bro. Stay safe. I honestly didn't even know if he was going to come up and talk to me.
Hey, what's up, dude?
I just can't really hear you.
Yeah, I can hear that with all. I can see that with all the cars. What's up, dude?
What's going on? How you doing?
Not much. So a couple things real quickly. I'm not going to go ahead and restate the obvious. I mean, you're on the sidewalk, it's public, you can record, you can do
There you
whatever
go.
you want, it's not going to hit it, but I'm perfectly fine with that as long as it doesn't escalate to where either someone starts harassing you or you start harassing.
Now things take a more interesting turn. The officer walks up calmly. No aggression, no hostility, just a direct, controlled approach that he immediately recognizes the situation for what it is. Filming in public is legal. There's no crime being committed, no violation happening. For a brief moment, it feels like someone is actually applying the law correctly. Then comes the standard reminder. Don't escalate, don't threaten, don't create problems. It's routine language, and honestly, it also reflects basic expectations for any interaction like this. Even so, the tone stays professional throughout the exchange, and that stands out. You don't always see that kind of calm, steady approach in situations like this, so credit is due where it's earned, at least in the beginning.
It escalates into something that it doesn't have to be. So with the exception of that, you're free to go ahead and film.
And just as long as nobody, you know, escalates anything.
That's what I'm saying. As long as like you don't threaten anybody, they don't threaten you back.
I thought you said you weren't restating the obvious. I mean, if anybody does anything like that, that's a crime, right?
Yeah, but
there you go.
You know what?
Hey, don't go and threaten anybody now, all right?
Pretty much. But
all right.
Sometimes common sense isn't so common.
I understand that. I deal with that a whole lot.
But yeah, outside of that, dude, continue recording. Do whatever you gotta do
Sure.
here.
Thanks, man. Can I just get your name and badge number again? Sorry.
So name Zachary here, and my David number is David9025.
Sweet, awesome. And can I just get the CAD number for the call too?
The incident number?
Yeah, please.
You can go ahead and call records and they can pull that for you.
I mean, you couldn't radio over or go look at your computer and get it for me?
No, you can just call
You don't want to do that for me?
No.
I appreciate that.
I'm not pulling a case number.
I appreciate you helping out today. Thank you.
With the exception of that, dude, continue all your day.
Appreciate your help today, man. Didn't think it was that hard, but cool.
But then the situation starts to shift again. Small contradictions begin to show. The officer mentions he won't repeat what's already obvious, but then ends up repeating it anyway. It starts to feel a bit repetitive. When a simple request is made, like asking for a case number or CAD reference, there's hesitation. Instead of a clear answer, there's deflection or refusal. At that point, the discussion moves away from rights and into cooperation. And that's where frustration starts to build, because professionalism isn't just about how someone speaks. It's also about how openly they share basic information. When simple requests aren't answered directly, it naturally raises questions and leaves the interaction feeling incomplete.
But not very helpful. Just ask them for the CAD number. Here while you're buying weed at the dispensary. Oh, and of course, yes, we both have cameras going. You just tell me to get a life after you come out of the weed store? Hey, you take it easy. You have fun. Get a life, buddy.
Meanwhile, the public reaction keeps going in different directions. Some people shout insults, others laugh it off, and a few try to engage directly. You even hear comments like "get a life" coming from people walking out of a dispensary. The irony is hard to miss. The camera continues recording everything, every contradiction, every emotional reaction, every attempt to dismiss or shame what's happening. Nothing gets filtered, and that's really the point. The camera simply shows things as they happen. It doesn't add or remove anything. It just captures reality in real time. Sometimes that makes people uncomfortable, not because something illegal is happening, but because the situation exposes reactions and behavior that people don't usually notice in themselves.
Yes! Thank you for joining in, bro. Thank you. Let's go. We need more people out here like you. I knew you were okay with it. Hey, you take it easy, buddy, okay?
Supporters begin to show up again. A few people who clearly understand what's happening acknowledge the situation in a calm way. They recognize the importance of knowing and exercising your rights, staying composed, and not backing down under pressure. These moments stand out because they show a different side of the public reaction. Not everyone is confused or emotional. Some people do understand the situation and respect what's being done, and those voices matter because they serve as a reminder of why these situations are documented in the first place. Rights don't stay strong on their own. They only remain active when people actually use and stand up for them.
Have fun!
Thank you, you too. Have fun.
The tension starts to rise, both in the atmosphere and in the interaction itself. Everything feels a bit heavier now, and the responses around the situation become sharper. Still, the purpose doesn't change, that no matter how many people react, complain, or question what's happening, the core facts remain the same. This is a public space. The activity is legal, and constitutional rights still apply. It sounds simple, but for many people, it still causes confusion or disagreement. And that's exactly why these situations are recorded. The goal is to show what actually happens in real time, clear up misunderstandings, and challenge common assumptions about rights and public interaction.
Nice. We got her joining in. Thank you.
Now the interaction takes a very different tone. It becomes calm, respectful, and even thoughtful. Instead of conflict, there's a real conversation about rights, personal beliefs, and the Constitution. This is what a productive exchange looks like. No shouting, no insults, just two people sharing ideas and listening to each other, and for a moment, there's common ground. There's discussion around the idea that rights are fundamental, not something simply given by the government, but something the government is meant to recognize and protect. That it's a brief but meaningful moment of understanding in an otherwise tense and unpredictable setting.
Oh boy. Hi, how are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm doing fine.
Why are you recording here?
Why am I recording?
Yeah, I'm on your recorder, so I'm going to put myself out there. Yeah, why are you recording?
Oh, well, let me ask you a question. Do you support the Constitution?
Actually, I'm a Jehovah's Witness, so
You are?
I stay neutral with politics. I stay neutral.
No, do you support people's rights then out in public?
With people's rights.
Yep.
It depends on what God says our natural rights should be.
Well, there you go. I agree, and it says in the Constitution actually that our inalienable rights are endowed to us by our Creator. Actually,
That is exactly what I believe.
So, all right then. Well, that's what I try to find out here. I try to find more people that. Well, this is exactly what I do. I exercise and I stress test our First Amendment right to the freedom of press and public.
So you're supporting the rights of the people that come here?
There you go.
My name is JC.
Absolutely. JC?
JC, yes
JC,
sir.
Johnny. Very nice to meet you.
It's good to meet you too. So
Absolutely.
Are you a Bible reader? Do you go to like a church?
Not. I used to, but I work a whole lot now, so I don't. I tend to not.
That even happens to us sometimes when if you get.
Of course, it doesn't last. Another person steps in and immediately starts questioning the camera, the purpose, and the situation itself. The tone changes again, more defensive, more irritated, and more confrontational. It's a familiar pattern repeating itself. When people don't understand what's happening, they often react first instead of asking questions. And instead of opening a conversation, it turns into tension. Even then, the response stays steady and controlled, kept within the boundaries of the law. The focus remains on facts, not emotion, because in the end, feelings don't change what the law actually allows.
See with work, then you'll fall away from God and you'll start to lose your morals and stuff. So be careful working.
I'll never lose the morals. Don't worry. I'll never lose the morals.
Good job. All right.
It's very nice to meet you, JC.
Have a good day.
You as well. This guy getting back in his truck.
Hey, would you put that down? We're not buying anything in here. So
What's up?
would you put that down? We're not buying anything there. We're just turning.
So what's the issue then?
So why are you have it on recording?
What's the issue with you?
There is no issue with me. There's the issue with you, my friend. Take it easy. She seems like a very nice lady.
As things start to settle, the bigger picture becomes clear. There were different reactions and different viewpoints, but one steady reality throughout the entire situation. The First Amendment was exercised openly and within the law. Some people respected it, some didn't, and others simply didn't know how to respond. A few may have taken something from the experience, while others moved on without changing their view. But each interaction still added to the overall story, about awareness, about understanding rights, and about how people react when those rights are put into practice in real time.